Call this meeting to order.
You do your intro, I'll give it.
Grant County Drainage Board Agenda, December 9th, 2025. Approval of minutes.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as printed.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I abstain over there.
Abstain too.
Next thing is claims, Inlet Construction, $5,850.40. Little Black Creek Fund has $23,747.66. The board needs to vote on 4,000, then he'll have to come back and get the other, because Raymond can only go up.
But it's two different claims.
Okay.
It's online.
Who's in your good help right now?
Bob something took Sweet's place.
Which died?
Yeah, it's on one claim. The,
It's just one invoice.
it's one invoice, but it's more than one project.
Yeah, but you can't do it like that. You have to break it down to look the file.
Per log jam.
You have to, this per log jam, per everything has to be broken down.
This-
You can't
this-
put five.
This would turn into 20 different claims.
It's five. Cause he had said to me that it was over the limit, so he put down property owners so that we could pay it.
The property owners were kept track of while he did it. 4 different landowners, and that was the part that Jim approved before Jim left.
Well, from now on though,
And
when you come in here and ask for this stuff to be done, this work, we need the property owners to come here, just not you saying this needs to be done. Cause all them guys have to say, that's their money.
they're the ones.
And that's how it used to be, wait a minute, that's how it used to be ran. That's how we're gonna do it again.
This was a $4,000 project.
We had, but it was 5,800 right here.
The riprap was a separate item that was approved on,
It's not broke down that way, so here's what's gotta happen. 4,000 will okay, then he can come back and get the other one.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand why.
Because the lawyer said,
But it's over your level.
yes,
Is why. If you look at the maps that I provided,
In your stuff.
not about the house, it's about the pig.
if I stop at $4,000 on this project and make him move out, he would have come back and charged us $500 to $800 more to remove $300 worth of trees.
When you knew it was going over the 4,000, you could have came to the board and could ask for the additional.
That would have been waiting 2 weeks for the board to meet.
Okay, then you gotta wait 2 weeks, that's how.
Then he would move out and he would not do it, and it would cost $800 to do a job that would have been $300.
I'm sorry, but this is how the attorney said we gotta run it, this is how we're gonna run it, I'm the drainage board treasurer.
Okay, you are the great, but you are one vote. You are not, but you don't have veto power. The Jack Green riprap was a separate approved item on our approval list.
I tell him.
You wanted me to make an approval list. I made an approval list, and Jim was on it for the logs, and I approved a separate item for the riprap. And if you look at the map, the riprap is upstream from the logging project.
Raymond?
And the logging project completes a whole section that is brush, where the top section doesn't have brush past that, but you want him to move out and come back later and charge more to do the same project,
Raymond.
just for praying
We have done had 2 things about this, about you going over the 4,000. We've done had 2 of these that we've had to have them. That, you cannot go over $4,000.
The other one that you referred to, you gave me approval at the meeting, it just was not in the minutes. If you look at the YouTube video, I clearly asked you if Richard was to go to the project and look at the dam, if he said it needed to be done, if we were okay.
If it was an emergency, is that correct, Gordon?
It is an emergency.
No, it wasn't. Remember, this is about the Bragg deal.
See, I'm with him. I didn't get that totally in.
Yes. Wait, that's about the Bragg deal in Jonesboro, remember
Yeah.
when they got flooded
Now,
out?
this one was.
No, this,
Log jam.
but this is
I know,
where it
yeah.
started. This
Yeah.
is where we came
That's
up
where
with
it
this. This is where we came up with this. And we said, when you're in the heat of the battle and you gotta do it, then you need to call somebody. What you did is took advantage of that. That's a log jam, that's something to do with every day. This flooded out blocks in Jonesboro, okay? That's an emergency. And you knew what we said.
See.
You understood it.
No, I didn't.
He did though.
No,
No,
I was on the same page with
if you
him.
look at the
If I
YouTube video,
Raymond,
it was.
two times I've called you out for the same thing. I'm not, look, I'm the president. This is how it's gonna go, because this is what the lawyer said, and we have to do it by the law. You can approve up to 4,000, you'll have to come back. Now, we can have a motion, you guys can take a motion to pay the bill or pay the 4,000. If you got a motion.
Well, like he said, if done, it need to be done, but the matter of how much it's gonna cost, you know what I mean?
Yes, and we goes over it all the time.
Okay, so now I have a question.
Yep.
If he'd have broke this down,
If he would've wrote two.
he sent 2 invoices.
Yes. If he had, that's what Kyle's saying, he put 5 log jams, right?
It looks like it's
Like
five.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
4.
4,
And some riprap.
and some riprap, okay? That
If he
should
does-
be, that should be
Put the stone on
individual.
a separate bill.
Yes, cause he said you can't, even though you can't add 5 parcels to one log jam, it has to be log jam per parcel. So you have to break them down one by one.
And again, this would turn into 20 bills.
That would be
Well,
five.
No, it wouldn't be 5 because it was 20 log jams. It was 5 individuals, but multiple log jams on each
But then
individual.
he could put the property owner and remove 3 small log jams or something like that.
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay, that's why
That's what Mitch Cook does. He'll put like Red Garter.
Why couldn't they call a board member? You or Tim or Ed? Maybe one of you.
Well, you can, we said that if it was an emergency.
Emergency.
Like if you're dealing with log jams all the time, that's what we deal with all the time. That's not, unless we had a flood. We had that much water. But what I'm saying, Raymond, just listen to me. I don't go on, we gotta get on with this. Is you get your vote, you guys can hear a vote. The lawyer said we pay the 4,000, they can come back and get the other remaining balance. That's what the attorney said. So I'm looking for a motion.
Or we can pay the whole bill and be done with it.
Yep.
I move that we pay this full claim for the amount of $5,800 and whatever it is.
$5.40.
$50.40.
No,
Oh,
$5.
$5?
Oh, yeah, it's on the invoice.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
You got 2 seconds.
Oh,
okay.
that'll make it different.
Okay,
Just like.
now I just want this on the record. Raymond, don't go for 4,000.
Who seconded the motion?
No, not me, Kenny did.
Oh, Kenny did?
We did all make it different.
All signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Worked for us for years.
Yeah.
Motion carries.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we'll move on to Cook's Excavating, $1,380 for Pipe Creek. The fund has $159,169.96 in the fund. Also Cook's Excavating for $2,760 for Pipe Creek, $159,169.96 in the fund. So I need a motion.
I move we pay these two claims as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, old business. Long Branch, Arthur Rodden, Eric, I'm sure how you say it last name.
Via cable.
Via Cable from BNRG, revisit to discuss.
Morning, Chairman Bowling and members of the board. I'm Andy Baroker. I'm an attorney with Fakery Drinker, Biddle and Reef in our Indianapolis office. I'm the attorney for BR Solar Sheriff, this project, and I've been working with them for close to 2 years on this project, and wanted to just introduce our team, and then they'll present the details and the maps on our tripod here. Arthur Roden with BR Solar Sheriff, our principal of our developers here. Again, Eric with our project engineer, with Kimley Horn, that is responsible for the drainage report and the large summary and figures that you received that were filed with Mary. I just want to summarize our request so it's clear and short for you. We're asking for your consent to discharge to 3 legal drains for stormwater runoff, Brewer, Heimlich, and Long Branch. The information and data in the report shows that all of the 2-year, 10-year, and 100-year runoff levels were significantly reduced by changing this from cropland to planted sod and grass underneath the panels rather than agricultural uses. We ask for your approval of the plans as submitted that we filed 8 crossings of regulated drains. 4 of them are underground, so 36 inches below tile, and 4 are surface crossings over tiled drains, not open drains. They're tiled drains. All other project improvements for this project are outside of the 150-foot drainage right-of-way center line of that. They're all outside of that. So just for the record, since Kyle's not here, and I've talked with Kyle, and we thought it important to set the record for our hearing about what we're doing legally. This is not county zoning, so the county ordinance doesn't apply, right? Gas City, Upland, and Marion are not member municipalities of the county zoning. This is in Gas City. State code 36/9/27/15 says regulated drains are under your jurisdiction, and that's clear. Section 16 of the same statute says private and mutual drains are not this board's jurisdiction. That's in the statute, just to set that I've said that for the record. Section 33D clearly gives you the power to enforce that we can only use the land in a manner consistent with proper operation of the drain. Permanent structures like the 4 crossings, surface crossings I talked about, we need your consent to do that. Finally, Gas City jurisdiction, Mayor Rock is here with us from Gas City, who's been a partner with us on this project for nearly 2 years. This area was annexed into Gas City, one part in May of 2025, the second part, the southern part, in August of 2025, so they're part of Gas City. The city has reviewed the plans and specs that we've given them, the same we've given to you per their stormwater ordinance and the manual that Gas City has, which is stricter than the state ordinance. They have given an approval letter that we have provided to you. We filed with Mary with our proceedings showing the runoffs are being reduced, and Gas City, per their ordinance and their manual, approving this per their standards, which are relatively strict. So I just wanted to level with that. Now I'll call up Arthur Roden and Eric to go through the details of the maps, again, that we have filed with Mary, and you all have before you, so we can talk through those. We welcome your questions and look forward to answering them for you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Say something specific on it.
Am I good to be here in front of this again? Yeah, so,
Yeah, that's fine.
so Arthur Roden, I'm with BNRG. We're the project proponent here. BNRG is a solar developer, been around for 20 plus years. Operate couple dozen projects here in the US. This project's been in development for a number of years, just so we can get our bearings here. This is I-69 coming through here. This is the railroad, and then Route 22 is here. You've got East 600 kind of splitting the site by a third, and East 500 is over here. As to what Andy was talking about, we're looking for approval on 8 crossings. I'm going to bring Eric up here and he's going to walk you through in detail where we are crossing these various tiles. And if you have questions, yeah, we'll field them.
All right, so Arthur's setting up a blown up version of the exhibits we just passed out to you all. We wanted to just add a little bit of clarity on the location of those crossings. So this is kind of the central portion of the site that we just discussed. The items in orange, the highlighted orange, is the surface level gravel access road crossings. And then the magenta color is the below ground electrical crossings. And then there's this detail over in the corner that just shows that the depth of the tile will be verified prior to construction. And then the electrical crossings would be 36 inches below the bottom of the tile to maintain separation, or below the flow line of the ditch.
So
So
be sleeved,
what's that?
are they gonna be sleeved?
They'd be conduit underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horizontal directional drill underneath conduit.
Well, I'm just saying,
They're not encasing pipe though.
The
I
pipe,
mean, it's just direct buried,
um,
not in a separate casing pipe, I think is what
right,
Chuck's
I'm
asking.
saying, you know, you're going underneath this stuff, when you wanna put a sleeve there, so if something would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll put a casing around it. I mean, it's pretty typical for like railroad crossings and things like that. There'll be a casing.
When they put that solar farm, they run a ditch all the way around. Is there any way to check it for old ditches? There might be some 100 years old. Ollinger, that used to be Ollinger's farm years ago.
are we talking more about the tiles or the, yeah, so we've been in coordination with the property owners and they've given us like hand-drawn maps showing approximately where the tiles, the private tiles exist. All the property owners have a pretty good idea of where their tiles are and which tiles are functioning and where their drainages are going. So we've begun that coordination to make sure we're accounting for
My lifetime was a pro.
sure.
Yeah, so the property owners here, important, good question, Kenny. Olinger, Presnell, and Kirkwood own these parcels. They lease them to BNRG. They're under lease. They get paid for their lease. Have been in close coordination with us. They've been with us throughout the process. They've consented to the annexation, the rezoning in Gas City, helping us understand the drainage. So they used to farm it and they're still in close communication.
Ollinger farmed that for years.
Yeah, correct. That's right.
He has to be close to 100 years old.
Well, can't attest to his age, but again, we're working with the landowners to not adversely impact their land, seeing our plans and what we're doing, so they're fully involved, and I just wanted to list the the property owners. Thanks.
You've talked with Presnell on the west side of 600 and south of the railroad,
Yeah.
and he has pattern tiled that field. Where did he tell you that it outlets?
So feedback from Presnell is that like essentially this part of Heimlich is not operational at all. So all those pattern tiles drain into this area up here.
From what I have what I've seen, but I cannot pull it up. The Heimlich no longer comes through here. It comes through the viaduct, comes on this side of the east side of 600, comes down across Kirkwood's driveway and still drains this woods that way. That would be what I would consider the Heimlich ditch, unless it has been.
I guess from a good county record perspective, is that anywhere?
No, not readily at hand, but I do believe the Kirkwoods would go and back that statement up that tile does run along the road on the east side, and I do believe it goes down to that wood on the east side of 600. If that is the case and that is taking the place of the Heimlich, then your crossing of the Heimlich would no longer be on the west side of the road, it would be on the east side of the road.
Okay, and yeah, and that would be uncovered in the drain tile survey and confirmed there, and then our impacts would basically just shift. There would still be one electrical crossing and one surface level crossing. So those tweaks would happen to our plans based on the findings in the field. But similar impacts would still.
And just to clarify with the board, where my perception of the Heimlich is now, as far as what would have to be approved by them, if Presnell was telling you that the Heimlich no longer functions in that field and he outlets somewhere else, the intent of the Heimlich drain was to go down to that southern small woods and drain that southern small woods because that's the only way it can get out there reasonably. So as long as that small woods on the east side of 600 was drained, would be replacing the Heimlich from my perception. I do have another issue. If you want me to bring it up at the moment, or you want me to wait.
Sure, go free.
North of Wayne Kirkwood's house on 600, there is a hole up here, but this water is going to need to be taken somewhere. Whether the elevation allows it to hook into the Stevens drain, or whether it needs to come down the road and hook into the Heimlich down here. But there is water coming across the road here that needs to be, make sure that the drainage can go.
So to clarify, you're saying there's an existing drainage concern there
Yes.
that you would like up?
A
Okay,
mutual private drain. It's not a regulated drain, but it is a drain that drains in an area that doesn't drain otherwise.
That's behind Kirkwood's house, Raymond, is that what you said?
To the north of,
North of Kirkwood.
yes. North of Kirkwood, between them and the solar field, there's a dip in the road and drainage comes across there. So it's, somehow it's gotta get the Long Branch. As I told you guys to start with, I'm interested in making sure that it drains the whole area that it drains now.
You're saying it's not draining now?
It doesn't drain well, but there is a drain there. And if it's not taken into account and it gets cut off, you have to go flood the road. When your picture expands, I have questions to the north too.
sure. If there's not any other on this, we can flip back to the other board. I think we can. Sorry, this one's a little bit smaller, but what was the concern on the north side?
On the north side up on Farmington Road, we do have water coming across Farmington Road trying to get the Long Branch through that area.
Okay,
And I see no halfway for it. And even here, you look on your map, you have these three fingers of water coming down through here. We're trying to get to Long Branch somewhere. This drains this direction, so those three spots are coming across.
there's no infrastructure along here, it's all coming in.
Private property, mutual drain, give it a drain. So you know that water comes towards your field. And about either, I don't know if it goes towards the road, or if it comes on further south trying to get to the Long Branch. Generally, you would try to go along the road, not across the road. With drainage if possible.
Thank you for that. We'll look at that. We don't have any crossings in the north. Or 22, but it's helpful. Get enough. Thank you.
And I'm not trying to be difficult with
No.
anybody, I just want the drainage to work.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and we don't want to create any drainage issues. Obviously, water and electricity is not something we want to mix, so we want to maintain drainage to the best of our ability too.
And you'll have it set up so that you get this project done in 5 years, I have a problem with this water over here, can't get through anymore. you'll have to fix it, right?
Yeah, so the way that, like, we're proposing to do this is to secure every jurisdictional crossing with a bond or other form of security. And then there'll be kind of a grace period, right? If things aren't functional for a period thereafter, we'll come back and remediate. It's pretty standard.
I think you should replace that pipe if you're crossing it.
Yeah, if there's any damage, like, we'll
You gotta think about how old that drain is, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna put a drive in or power, right?
Yep.
Why not replace that section where you're doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that was the plan we discussed at the last meeting
And
was,
that way, if these guys would have to replace that, they wouldn't have to mess with your wire, your drive, you know what I'm saying? And probably even like if it's a 20-inch drain, make it a 22, you know what I mean? Make it one side bigger in case they ever did have to replace it. And they wouldn't have to mess with your power, your driveways, you know, everything's gonna go up. So imagine 10 years, 20 years, you gotta dig through it.
yep. And that was part of the discussion before, was prior to construction, verifying the condition and depth of these tiles. And at that time, if there's improvements that need to be made to facilitate that access crossing.
Well, I think if you just do it now, so they can hook onto it later, it's gonna
Okay.
save everybody headaches.
Yeah, I
If
think that,
you're already out there with the equipment, you're, you know,
Go ahead and put new where you guys are gonna go across it. That way there's no question of whether if there's a problem, it's new, it doesn't have a problem.
Sure.
For the above, you're talking about the above crossings, the surface.
It's talking
and,
for-
and the power, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Where,
go under those, and how do you under?
yeah, but I'm saying when you're crossing the tile, the power, right? Yeah, you got 4 crossings, right, for power?
Oh, underground, yeah, you're talking about the subsurface.
Right, but you gotta go 3 foot under the tile, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Then we want you to replace that pipe past where you guys
Yeah.
bore, right? That tile, so we know that's good. And then if these guys ever have to hook onto it later, they don't have to mess with you guys with power, nobody's gotta work, but you know, you don't have to worry about getting killed or, you see what I'm saying?
If they replace the line, then they don't have to do the section through where your electric is.
yeah, makes sense.
Or your driveways.
And I don't think it's near that big.
The pipes.
I'm thinking they're 8 and 10s. I don't
Been
think.
a little,
at all.
right,
I
save
don't
them
think
all.
they're very big.
Do you know if most of these are still clay tile or if any of them have been modernized?
Yeah. I would go with it probably clay.
Okay, So-
Assumption.
upsize slightly and replace with maybe
Plastic.
plastic, yeah,
Yes.
okay. Think that would,
Dual wall.
Sure.
Or, I mean, now places where you're gonna drive across it, that's another story.
yeah, if it's too shallow, then something to facilitate that
I
crossing.
mean, how many, that's just the big block was the one you were actually gonna drive across to, wasn't it? That's Lane or something of that nature.
The ones in orange are the ones that are above ground.
And those are above ground.
Yeah.
Or the
Surface. So you don't have a physical driveway crossing, you just have electric line crossings.
The pink is below ground electrical and then the orange is above ground gravel access drive.
Right. They got
the orange is your.
driveway crossing.
Correct.
Driveway crossing.
And,
Yeah.
and mention that, you know, the problems are regular construction equipment. They're not wind
Right.
towers, they're not turbines, they're not excessively heavy or large. They really are not, you know, it's regular construction. So
Cement truck?
I don't know if you'd have cement trucks.
For this, probably not based on the
I think
geotech,
so.
yeah.
So that'd be the heaviest, and I'm not even, we're not sure we'd even have to do those with just putting the posts in.
I just feel like they're crossing over, guys. You know, I've been in contract with this 40 years. You guys do it smarter. You know, what I mean, you're already there with the equipment, and the material. You replace that section, it's gonna save everybody in the long run. If you make it one size bigger, it's usually the drainage. If you do have a problem right now, they reduced it, but you know, you never know.
Yep.
So made it one size bigger, you can still adapt to it.
Sure.
They wouldn't have to mess with your stuff if they ever had to replace it.
Because the Heimlich ditch could be getting used to drain by the Legion or the AMVETS pond into the north towards McClure's and all where it used to be, that area could be drained and come through the Heimlich. So that increasing in size is a good possibility.
We want them to increase the size.
If they're doing it, I mean,
Yeah, I would imagine if most of those are 6, 8, or 10-inch clay tiles, 12-inch plastic pipe is probably,
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they-
so you're not talking about that's an expense.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that works. So to that point exactly, right, so these gravel roads are probably gonna be 16 feet and proposing that we would replace a 50-foot section relative to that.
That's fine.
That'd be good.
That way, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna save everybody, somebody tearing up their stuff. You know, what I mean?
We'll make that commitment. It's in the record where it gets that, and that is Wise Construction, so we're okay with that.
Anything else, man?
Jason. I do.
So you guys need a motion?
No.
All right.
There it goes.
But the old Wise fish buck comes through that field. I don't know if it's been vacated, but I do know it is a large tile. The Wise fish buck used to come from the intersection of 22 and 700. Comes down the fence, down through the tree line. It used to come out through the field and come back in down here. The tile is still there, and the Kirkerwoods relayed to me that it breaks down frequently and has to be dealt with. I don't know if when 69 went through, if they diverted it legal wise on the east side of 69 and vacated the west side. But it is there and it has.
Can't find it anywhere.
To show that it's really file, I do not have a White fish buck file. I don't have a Heimlich file.
Is Fish Buck a regulated drain? Is that
Yes,
what
it
you're saying?
is, yes. White fish buck, white fish buck. It's, I mean, it's inactive, it was no longer a regulated drain.
No, that little section here is completely, because that's a flood area, so there's,
You wanna pull that other one up, or expands it better?
that's not gonna, actually, we can pull the top layer off. I mean, the piece in question here, like, so there's really nothing going on in this piece of it, from like a module perspective. So I think that's what you were talking about, right, on the west side?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see where them blotches are between your horizontal lines from the vertical line?
Here?
Down, up, you were close, up,
Oh,
a little more. Down, right, between the two of you.
okay.
This discoloration here and here.
Yep.
This comes through here and comes down. If, topo lines will show the lay of the land makes the water go that way. Even if the ditch itself is not working, the lay of the land will still make that come down to the south and try to go across 69. Regulated or unregulated, it is still a water pattern in that section that should be addressed to make sure that it can flow when you do your installations. And you might go to put a post in the ground and find a 2-foot cavity because there used to be a tile.
Unless we're not putting posts in that area, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Which is this is contemplate that area.
it's within the project boundary, but, this area floods already. Why?
Not working. It's not working. Yeah, now you know why.
What was the put new one in there?
Why is a fish buck? It hasn't been active. We don't even have a file on it. And it's in the old roster of regulated ditches. And I can find it in the old books. But it has nothing going on with it. It's inactive. I don't know if I have some records of I-69 when they went through, if it would show that tile coming across. May clarify some of the location, but it still won't clarify whether the board has vacated it in the past or not.
And if it's inactive, would the board consider vacating, or would you ask them to do that? I'm just saying that's an, that's an action that the board can undertake as well.
Yes.
Like the board.
Is it in your project area?
It's so that the area is under lease, but there's nothing gonna be constructed in that area. We're not gonna be
No
driving
improvements
close.
by our project.
It could slide as far as that goes until the next expansion, if they have to come to
Yeah.
the board to expand. And then show what they're gonna do with that water flow.
Yeah, if they're gonna build in that area.
But I believe it's all contained to the west side of 69. I don't think the east side of 69 is running water over there. But if there's still a tile under 69, it could. I mean, even a plugged tile, broken down tile, will still run some water.
Yeah. Find its way around the flood line.
Well, this leach.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Gordon, you got anything?
I just want.
Would that be a safety
Mutual
issue?
tile taken care of. How they can do that, I don't know, but
If they was to replace.
What Gordon's concerned about is like,
Now, yes.
you hit a tile.
Yeah.
You gotta repair it, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, and the agreements with the landowners, I mean, that's standard, right? Like where you up there, if there's any damage to drain tile, like we want to maintain the drainage of the area.
Boring and you bore through it.
Boring just doesn't help us if the site floods.
And the farms still own it, right? We've got lease obligations to, with indemnity to protect them from their land being damaged. Right? We don't want our facility and electrical distribution lines flooded. That's not good for electricity, as you know that.
Will you be boring or trenching?
So most of this, like on the site itself, it'll be trenching. So to bore all the electrical, like not knowing the depth of the tile.
No, we like trenching better.
open trench,
Yeah, open
you
trench.
can see.
We're for open trench.
No,
That's what, I mean, that's what standard procedure is. The only time we bore is to,
The crossings.
yes, the crossings or like anytime you cross like a railroad or something like that, it's directional or a state highway or something.
We're happier to hear that you trench. It's easier to see tile patch when you trench versus boring.
Yeah, boring would be difficult in every direction.
But just,
Pat, you got anything?
Not really, I think all my questions are answered. I mean, if you're gonna put, you were concerned about casing pipe under the drain where you're putting in the electrical, if you're gonna do that. You're replacing the drain, the existing drains where you're crossing them. I mean, you're working with the homeowners on the mutual drains and the private drains. You know, I'm sure there's gonna be some surprises.
Yeah.
You know, but we can try and work with you on those, I think. I'm curious about the Lloyd's fish buck now. My guess would be maybe it got cut off when I-69 went in, and what's on the east side stays on the east side, and who knows what's going on the west side. So you might have to account for that when that thing comes, but, you know, that drainage is on you, you're gonna wanna do something with it to account for it.
I can look at the old plan, see if they have a southern crossing for the Wise Fish Buck going from the west to the east. That would be a place for you guys to come to if you need drainage.
Further south where it goes back to the east, you're saying
Yes.
that's the southern portion.
Yeah.
Thanks, Raymond.
Richard, you got anything?
Nope.
How many, you professionals, how many acres or solar panels are gonna be on their property?
I
This little-
I mean, so there's like, within the fenced area, I mean, I'm just looking at this here. 60, maybe,
How many?
60 acres.
60 acres, and how much total they got, just curiosity?
I mean, this is, yeah, because we're avoiding, I guess it's gonna depend on the final delineation as to where the jurisdictional tile is. But the setbacks from that, as well as other property lines, like it really shrinks the buildable. You're right. So,
Who's doing this project is the city of Gas City?
I'm sorry.
Who's doing this project? Is the city of Gas City?
So the properties have been annexed into Gas City, but BNRG as a developer will be the builder, owner, operator of the asset.
You're not gonna sell it 2 or 3 years down the road to somebody else, huh?
I mean, we haven't sold one yet, so we operate the ones we have here in the States.
Yeah, we asked him that question last time too.
Yeah.
The same answer you gave, so.
Yeah.
Anybody opposed, anything to say? So looking for a motion.
I move that we approve this plan from
BNRG's fine.
DNRG as presented and modified during this discussion.
I got a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
Yeah, aye. I would vote against it. So it's no problem.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Chairman. We'll be looking forward to working with you and Raymond and the team on things we find.
Yeah. Yes. Good luck. Thank you. Always.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Moving on to new business. Bill Haynes. Dealing with Reed, variance request.
Yeah.
What we doing, what we're doing.
Never been to one of these, so I don't know if I'm supposed to come up here or not.
Yeah.
Denver Reef, 203 East Taylor Street, Sims, Indiana.
He's wanting to do an addition, well, doing to adjust his house, and he was in there. But he's not the only one, right?
Where's that?
Yeah, there you go.
Where's your house at?
Sims, Indiana,
So where that says?
on, my address is, Taylor Street, but the drain runs
Elevator or the
right along the elevator.
elevator street?
Yes, I'm,
He's about south of the Big Bend. You know where the Big Bend is there, the
yes,
elevator?
I'm
That's the
basically,
road to the south, and he lives on it. He's on the east side of the road that goes north and south.
yes, I'm on the, yes, east side of Miller,
I'm not sure what that road is.
Taylor, Miller, and Hobart.
We had it.
Hobart runs along the granary.
Yes,
What's his problem?
he's wanting to, was it out on your porch?
I'm wanting to get rid of the deck and make a house, addition to the home where the deck is basically now.
So are you expanding beyond?
The one ditch that runs out of that town.
No.
So it's literally what's.
One ditch that runs out of that town, down there behind the church.
There's more. I mean,
Got two conversations.
Yeah. So I'm wanting to do an addition as far as toward the drain, it won't change the distance from the deck to the drain. That distance will stay the same. Now, the opposite directions, there is some change there. 6 foot to the west and 6 foot to the east.
But no closer to the drain than you currently are.
Exactly.
How many other houses are there in here already that are,
most of them.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
75 feet
Yes,
down a city street?
yeah.
Everybody's built in the 75 foot easement.
I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, he's 57 feet from the property line with this new addition. And how far into the right of way is the drain, do you know,
Goes out there to the bend.
The drain's within 5 feet of the asphalt.
of the street?
Yes.
You
So
know,
he's-
you know about, I don't know a goddamn thing.
No, they're talking to me, Kenny. I can't answer
I
everybody.
don't care, I don't care for floods.
That,
We had problems with the street there, the elevator, and the county brought their truck over with the hydrovac. And then we ended up getting a rotor rooter down through there. On that tile there,
It still don't drain.
Well,
that's probably blocked from his place.
it's downstream from him, yep, about a block.
But all that water goes through the Martin farm.
Yeah.
Goes through the Haynes farm, goes south to the creek, behind the church. That's open, we got that open, that's a pretty good sized tile down through there.
We've got the guy in line to cut down the 2 trees and take those trees out. Right there by the mill.
I don't know,
And I think that house by the trees is closer than what his house is.
What he's doing ain't gonna affect the ditching. I move that we reduce the easement to his 57 feet as needed. Right?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Motion carries.
Thank y'all.
Okay, now it's his next step, does area plan have to make you fill that thing out again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, so he needs to go to area plan from here.
yeah.
somewhere in the process, yes.
Okay, until we get the minutes, does he?
Yeah, Tammy, I don't know if it's okay with area plan. I mean, it hasn't been posted, but it's been decided.
But it's, yeah, it's been voted on, decided.
You'll have to fill out another form for.
Are we gonna make him wait
Yeah,
2 weeks?
right.
Or do we-
how far east of you, Holly Gibson?
Say again?
Holly Gibson's got the dog deal there, how far east are you there?
Oh, the grooming place? Heck, I don't even, honestly, I couldn't even say.
You're just 1 block from the ball diamond, aren't you?
Yes,
He's 1 block
west.
west of the ball diamond road.
This.
Area planning's got some work to do down there.
John,
They have, they are.
should I go ahead
The ball diamonds on the northeast
and
corner.
hand me up the
Same.
plan
Right.
if it comes up?
Yeah.
But he's gotta begin the whole process over.
Yep.
So the paper would come in, okay?
All right, moving on to other business, the Bellevue Tile.
Good luck. Thank you.
Wait a minute, we're rescheduling that first. Right, do we have to have a vote on that, Mary, to reschedule the public hearing date?
Yeah, because we're starting over.
Okay, so we need to,
We had a hearing on this, they filled this stuff.
we need a
Oh,
motion to reschedule the public hearing for the Bellevue Tile.
I don't feel sorry. Okay.
What dates are available? You got questions, sir?
Yeah, are we good to go up to area planning now, or we need to wait until after the minutes and everything, which is fine, it doesn't,
Well, after the minutes, we get to read.
okay?
So, I don't, if the board voted on it,
Yeah, just text her and tell her that he's coming up there.
okay.
Okay,
It'll speed things up.
thank you.
I can word it on the paper to make it read okay. You get the paper to me and I'll sign it.
Okay, thank you.
What dates you got?
I think February 24th would be the earliest. Is it good to go?
February 24th.
Yes, second meeting in February. Is the assessment roll good?
Except for the question I have about the commercial structures. We did the assessment roll and then Mary was looking at it and came across the municipal lot that has either a lift station or something for the town of Jonesboro. Is that to be acreage, home rate, commercial rate? It's a municipal,
Are they exempt?
it's municipal, it's not commercial.
Because
It's the
Mary
town
pays
hall.
for one
Okay.
that's sitting on an easement.
They got paid one.
We don't.
I just asking if municipal property is commercial property. Because it's not making the money,
The way it's been is they pay the residential.
The home, Mary.
They got a lift station there.
I don't know if it's a lift station or for sure what it is.
I mean,
It's a little,
It's not that much.
it's like a 30 by 30 parcel, something of that nature.
Yeah, probably just residential.
So I didn't know if you wanted, in what manner do you want that put on the assessment roll?
Yeah, to wherever that.
Any other commercials in it, on it? Oh, commercial.
Yeah.
there's a difference in the fee.
Yeah, if you do.
Oh, yeah, 450 compared to 150.
We can set the fee whatever we want on it.
Well, it's already been,
I guess if
that was the fee that you got, that was the rates that you guys already voted on, was the 450 for commercial, 150 for home, and
I guess you gotta pay the 450.
I just wanted to be clarified on future assessment rolls.
They'll get it back from me at the Motor Center rally.
Good, just wanted to clarify. That way, like when we redo Lomax, and we get out there, if there's municipal lots out there,
Yeah.
do we throw them in with commercial or homes or acreage?
I think so too. They usually have more surface area.
Say,
The lift station is commercial.
so is everybody good for February 24th? All right, so I need a motion to reschedule the public hearing date for the Bellevue Tile for February 24th,
They
2024.
got a lift station out there, it's
I'll
commercial.
make that motion.
I'll second.
Got a second? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Moving on to drainage board members, appointments. We need to reappoint Gordon Gall. And Mr. Pinkerton is retiring,
Opting out.
he's opting out.
Yeah, you gotta be older than that.
If you can find a replacement for me,
No one could ever.
Look at that.
So do we want We want somebody else from the utility, don't we?
Well, we're gonna have to find somebody first.
Right.
I don't know that it's required.
But since we have so much together,
Yeah.
shouldn't we have someone?
There's definitely some,
Right, and the guys that take, Pat's leading it too, I know pretty well, so they would work out and reach with us till we find somebody, we figured that we could put Doug Kinsey on there and reappoint Gordon until we find somebody later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nominate,
Nominate Gordon to be reappointed and Doug Kinsey to be put on the board
After
in my
what?
place.
after.
but I thought the commissioners appointed.
Well, we have to.
They take the-
We have to make recommendations
Then
to the commission.
they bring it to the commission.
I nominate Doug.
All right. Do we have a vote for Doug? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion passes. Now, we need a motion to reappoint Gordon. You guys want him back on here or what?
I'll make that. motion.
Gordon's gonna stay.
Pat's making that motion, Gordon. He's making sure you're
Gordon's
squad.
gonna stay on.
Okay, we need a vote, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Gordon's reappointed and we'll take it to the commission. And
And you're on until the December 30th.
Yeah, my last meeting will be December 30th, all right?
Yes.
Kenny made a motion to adjourn.
Second.
There's a second. All in favor, say by aye.
You forgot.
What?
With the wall.
Oh, I just came to listen to Gas City.
I did.
Call.
That was it.
Yeah, but I didn't mess it up back then.
Okay.
We'll lose.
Fine.
I was
Oh, wait,
thinking,
Combine. I bet you.
I don't know why they probably. Don't know why they don't.
Good, good.
I hope we did civil units on the problem, and I think it's solar units.
Yes.
Oh, I think, yeah, I'm with you. I'm against it too, but
we want some.
they got their own area plans. I mean, really, you should stop them there, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but, these farmers,
That's probably what happened in Upland.
and I don't,
What we're doing now, sitting there.
Okay, Mary, turn off the recording.
What did you see now?
I mean, just